2nd of May 2024. This news flash, I will talk about something that is relevant to South Africa that happened in America, happened in Louisiana. The city of Baton Rouge has been in a legal battle with one of the, let me call it a suburb or what, St. George. What is happening there is that St. George has managed to get a Supreme Court order that allows them to split off, secede from Baton Rouge. Now, what gave the fuel to that fire was the collapse of the education system in Baton Rouge. Horrible collapse. And the area of St. George, they wanted autonomy over their school system. Why is that? Baton Rouge as a city in total has a vast majority of black citizens. Something like, I think it's 220,000 citizens in that city in total, and about 60% is blacks. It's also a Democrat city with a Democrat mayor, and apparently the taxes are sky high, crime is sky high, service is bottom of the drain, service delivery, and with that the education system collapsed, and the people in the area of St. George, where the majority is white people, they decided they want to secede from Baton Rouge. And the city objected. There was a referendum around and the splitters, they won. But then the city fought that. And the splitters went to the Supreme Court, and after 5 years, the Supreme Court confirmed their right to secede. Now that mayor is jumping up and down. Why? Because the reality is, it's around 900,000 people that is in St. George, white people, most of them, over 70% white people, and then some Hispanics and a few blacks. They are the the heart of the tax base of Baton Rouge. There you go. So they all are now out. So that city is going to collapse due to a lack of funds. Why was that? Because the vast majority of economic activity was driven by the white people, and they the majority of the taxpayers. And now here's another thing. Apparently in that city, from what I gather, the biggest tax element is value-added tax, VAT. We know the VAT here in South Africa. And the bulk of the businesses, retail businesses, are in St. George. And the people has been complaining like hell because that VAT was too high. Now the guys say St. George is obviously going to drop the VAT to have it more efficient and affordable for their constituents. And that's going to mean that the people is going to drive from Baton Rouge to St. George and shop there, which will take more tax away from Baton Rouge. So that mayor is in a, how can I say, she's throwing fits about it, but she can do nothing about it. Now they say they're going to ask for a review and all of that cock, but this is the facts. But it is for me interesting that the black majority in Baton Rouge is now upset because the white minority decided they're going to split off. What the hell is that? The blacks don't like the whites, but they don't want the whites to go. What the fuck is that? It's the same thing here in South Africa. Same bloody thing. These blacks, they hate us. This government has got all the fucking laws against us, but they don't want to give us our own area. Why is that? Because they know they're going to fucking starve if that happens. the white area will flourish. Just go and look at Orania. I'm not an Orania supporter, but go and look at the facts in Orania, and then you go and look at Alexandra. And then you will understand why they are fighting it like hell for the white people to get their own land area. That's why they fight it. Because they fucking know they can't survive. If the whites pull out in totality, they're fucked. Go and look at Zimbabwe, what happened there. Go and look at every black country in Africa where the whites were driven out. They all went down the chute. That is why they are fighting it tooth and nail for whites to acquire their own, let's call it, homeland. Because that homeland, within 2-3 years, will be the jewel of Africa. And they know it. They themselves cannot make anything work. They cannot make a success of anything. The history of 30 years is there to prove it. And I've seen many black commentators that have spoken about this. There's one black DJ on his program. He told the blacks, phone in and tell me, what have you built? What have you established? Don't tell me you built this and that and that. You built that under white management. The whites were supervising you. That's when you performed. The moment you were in charge, you did nothing. Here in South Africa, they have now changed names of something like 1,800 places. But they've not built anything themselves. They've been trying now for about 15 years to get Medupi and Kusile going. That is a royal fuck up, if there's anything. This is the problem. They don't like the whites, but they don't want them to go on their own. What the hell is that? Please give me a like and a subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.